You know, I keep hearing he's not a Dan Campbell guy. What's a Dan Campbell guy? If you're in an atmosphere where everybody's motivated, stimulated, then Thibodeaux or anybody else could thrive if Dan Campbell is the real deal.
100% Dan Campbell would do cocaine with us.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I don't want that cheap stuff here. This is NFL blow.
Detroit Lions.
Terry, the Lions sent 7 representatives to watch Kayvon Thibodeaux's pro day.
Yes.
You know, this guy has been the #1 player for the longest time on the board right up until the season ended. Nobody really had an issue. And then you know what happens, Terry. Everybody's in their underwear. The scouts fall in love. They get a more clear picture of what's under the underwear. I get it.
But you know, it goes deeper with him. You're hearing character issues.
Yeah.
You're hearing because he likes Bitcoin, because he thinks for himself that how can you slide because you're smart? That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, in other words, what the NFL wants is, yes, coach, whatever you say, coach, this is what I will do. You got to have guys that are different than that. And Kayvon Thibodeaux is different. Now, I talked to one of my NFL people over the weekend. He thinks he's still injured. And he says that, you know, you always have a guy examined thoroughly. But he says I would have him thoroughly examined because he thinks he's hiding an injury. Even though he did well at the combine, he ran, I think it was a 4.67. So he wants to see what he can do zigzagging. He wants to see him back on the field. But here's my thing with Thibodeaux. I kept hearing how great this guy was. So I'd say, you know what? Saturday afternoon, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm going to watch Oregon play. This mug was always injured. You know, he had a bad foot, a bad knee, bad breath, bad everything. So I'm like, damn, is he reliable? And the Lions have a history of drafting guys who are injured because they say if they're healthy, they'd be great. But they never get healthy. And my fear is he could be one of those guys, even though I'd play the smartest room in the guy thing. I would take him at 2 because his upside is exactly what the Lions need. Now, back in the day, I would talk to NFL people, and even though everybody thinks I hate the Lions, I would ask them, what must the Lions do to be competent? And the one thing they always said is, you worry about those 3 other teams, and probably when I asked first, it was 4 other teams in that division because Tampa was there. You got to beat them. You got to make things uneasy for Aaron Rodgers. You have to make things uneasy for Kirk Cousins, although he makes things uneasy for himself. And they said that the one thing that no one fears about the Lions is their edge rusher. Yes, they've had some now and then, but this is a team that had Pat Swilling. The Lions are finally going to get an edge rusher, and he's going to put pressure on the quarterback and be an asshole on the field. Do you know what they asked that man to do? Zone blitz. In other words, what you do best, we're taking you out of that, and we're going to have you cover a running back coming out of the backfield. My fear with Thibodeaux is injury, one, but I think the other thing is, you know, I keep hearing he's not a Dan Campbell guy. What's a Dan Campbell guy?
Bite kneecaps.
Okay, you don't think he'll bite a kneecap if motivated? Because, you know, suppose this guy has a low motor sometimes. Okay, fine. But if you're in an atmosphere where everybody's motivated, stimulated, and don't want to be humiliated, then Thibodeaux or anybody else could thrive in this system if Dan Campbell is the real deal. So I don't fear the low motor thing on certain plays. I know this. The Lions need an edge, and I'm going to say plural, need edge rushers. You can't have the opposing quarterback patting the ball looking like, damn, where am I going to go? You need to put the heat on him, and I think Thibodeau's the guy that can do that if he stays healthy.
Look, I mean, Terry, I agree, and my biggest fear is that they don't take an edge rusher at number 2, and they go with the safety. They go in a different direction. Now, if it's a quarterback, I'm willing to live with it because it's a quarterback-driven league. If that's your guy, full send.
Okay, but what do they say about this year's quarterbacks? They're no good.
Yeah.
So why would you take one? Unless you had a quarterback whisperer here on, I would be willing to take Malik Willis if I had a guy, a coach on staff that can turn somebody from a C grade quarterback to an A minus quarterback. A lot of the Lion failures in the past have been because of coaching. But if you got that guy that can get the most out of Willis or whoever you decide is competent, then I would do that, because guess what? He doesn't have to play next year. You're going to have tired-ass Jared Goff out there throwing his little 5-yard passes. I'm cool with that. And then Malik Willis or whoever you may draft is there learning the system, learning how to be a quarterback.
We do this every year.
It's not
we
character
overcomplicate
issues to
it.
me.
It isn't, but at the end of the day, man, you need to get to the quarterback in today's NFL.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's that simple. I don't think they need to overthink this. Now, if they want Thibodeaux or the kid out of Georgia, or if Aiden Hutchinson falls at 2 and they love him, I don't give a damn. Just take an edge at number 2 and let's move on. You're building a football team right now. You have the offensive line. You have a run game. Your wide receiving core is okay. You have an up-and-comer in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Is the tight end ever going to be healthy for a full season? We're going to find out this year.
And is he going to be making so much money that you don't want him?
Yeah,
Here's I'm going to give you a little piece of advice, youngster. Come here.
I'm listening.
Be careful about reading all of those mock drafts, because I read them too. They're great entertainment, but from the mock drafts I see, it's like people think they're in the back room and say, okay, how can we screw the Lions? Let's make a pick that the Lions would make under Russ Thomas. Let's make a pick that the Lions would screw up. But now you have to assume, because of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, that the Lions finally got their stuff together. And so I love Kyle Hamilton as a safety, but not for the Lions at 2, not for the needs that they have. Now, if they already had edge rushers, if they already had Thibodeaux or Hutchinson on their team, I might go for Kyle Hamilton. I might say, you know what, this dude I believe is a bad man. I got my edge rusher. Aaron Rodgers has fear in his eyes when he plays the Lions, so I'll draft him, but not now, not under the circumstances they're in right now.
Yeah, look, Terry, right now 5 of the top 7 safeties in the NFL drafted past the first round. There's value everywhere. Tracy Walker was a 3rd-round pick.
Right.
Like, it's just not a thing. We live in a world where the value of running backs has gone down. The value of safeties has plummeted. You can find value later because what you're asking them to do, a lot of players can do it. Be athletic, essentially.
That is true. But he is a guy that, because he's 6'4" and he's kind of skinny, he could maybe. He could be like Benny Blades, where he started out as a safety but moved to linebacker. Now, he bitched about it all the time, but he did it. And maybe this is another guy that could make that transition maybe 5 or 6 years down in his career, or could be closer to the line of scrimmage, could be a jack of all trades, maybe.
You willing to pull that trigger at 2? For
If
safety / linebacker?
If I had
An edge rush.
yes.
I think that's fair to say. I'm not opposed to that.
Because I think he's an exceptional athlete, even though he was slow in his 40 times. That scares me too, but I've seen some plays this dude is make on the field with shoulder pads on. I'm like, oh, shoot, that was straight.
Yeah, look, Terry, I have a theory. It's not a difficult one. And I try to give real life examples, Terry. I'm not trying to make all this difficult for people. Look, I may understand. I got to do this for a living. I'm sitting there looking at all the numbers, looking at all this tape. God damn it, it's a lot of work. So I'm not trying to confuse people. I think it's as simple as this, Terry. If me and you wanted to do some blow right now, could we do it?
We could not.
All right, we don't.
Unless you know something I don't know.
Well, I don't see any. Do
Okay.
you? And my theory is, if you want to do some cocaine, Terry, well, you need to get some. I don't see a line of coke on this mic. I can't do it right now. I can't do a line. And what do the Lions need, and what are they missing in order to do some cocaine? They need cocaine. And in today's NFL, the cocaine is the quarterback and the edge rusher.
Man.
And damn it, they're missing an edge rusher. So, Terry, I say it as simple as this. Draft the cocaine. It's that simple. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be the smartest person in the room. If you want to do a line of blow, go to the guy you know on the corner and get some blow and do it. I'm not stopping you. Live your life the way you want to. But for God's sake, at least do the blow. And I'm not talking about the low-end shit, Terry. I'm talking that high-graded stuff.
You get that good stuff. Huh?
I'm talking about the stuff. When I look at Maddie,
good.
I'm thinking I'm looking at you. That's the stuff I want.
Okay.
And that's an edge rusher for me.
All right, and that's probably going to happen. But I've read all these mock drafts. I think people are trying to be cute because, you know, the Lions try to be cute. But that's the old Lions. I'm going to assume that the new Lions are not cute. They're going to do the cocaine. When I look at Brad Holmes, when I listen to him talk, he'll do the coke. He's got like a little white thing on the end of his nose.
100% Dan Campbell would do cocaine with us.
For sure.
We invited him into the studio. There's blow on the table. 100%.
He's doing it.
Cameras off.
No, he'd be
He's
pulling
in.
out his pocket.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I don't want that cheap stuff here.
You know, Terry, though,
this is NFL blow.
This is interesting, though. Terry, this is really interesting because, you know, for the longest time, it's been easy to take a baseball bat and just beat down the Detroit Lions, talk about them in a way that you don't really have optimism. And even the optimism that was being spread, it was kind of like fool's gold. It was, you're just an idiot.
Well,
like, I can't even take you seriously. And they've been dropping the ball for 58 years. But, again, I think in this league, you need three things. You need a good front office, you need a good head coach, and you need a quarterback. And I have questions about the head coach and the quarterback right now, but I know you can win with this quarterback because I've seen him win before. I know that if you build a team around him and have an adequate coach, you'll be able to win with him.
And a real organization.
And a real organization, of course. And I think Brad Holmes is bringing that. And you know what? Even to her credit, Sheila Hamp, they're going to have to deliver before, you know, I'm out here throwing roses at people. But they're operating differently. I think that's fair to say. That doesn't mean that they're going to win. That doesn't mean it's going to mean division titles.
For the most part, although there was a scene last year that scared the crap out of me.
What was it?
It was when they won their first game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The lap dance, I remember.
The lap dance, and she's jumping up and down. And she said, "Isn't this wonderful?" And if I was Dan Campbell, you know I would have said, "No, I'm so sorry. Let me apologize for getting your first win." What was it, in October, November?
It was in November.
Yeah, getting your first win in November. Let me apologize for that. No, this is not wonderful. This is pathetic. That's what I would have said as a coach. Because, you know, I'm not about winning a game or two in the NFL. I'm about piecing games together and competing for a championship. But that scene scared me because it was reminiscent of when the Lions under Matt Millen, Ford Jr., Matt Millen, hugging each other after, you know,
Roy Williams.
They're not going to go 0-16.
Roy Williams, the definition of what a Detroit Lion is.
Yeah.
You're down 42-7 in the fourth quarter. He catches a first down pass.
Yep,
First down.
that's right.
What the hell is that?
You're so extra.
And
I'm
he used
not.
to
That's
do it all the
exact.
time.
Terry,
no,
defend me
that's
here.
what he did.
That's the same exact thing. I'm not joking.
You just never mind.
3rd and 7, down 42-7 to the Eagles. Roy Williams on a slant route gets the first down, gets up.
That's right.
Swear to God.
And
Man,
for
I'm not
everybody
joking.
to
I
see.
know you're not joking.
I was traumatized as a kid.
Clearly.
You know who else did that? Sergei Fedorov. They're getting their asses kicked by the New Jersey Devils in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's 5-0. He scores the goal to go 5-1, and they're down 3-0. He went nuts, like he did something. So it's 5-1. You lose 5-1. Big deal. I hated that too.
It drives me nuts.
Here's the thing. I talked to Roy Williams about that because I was in the locker room, and I don't know exactly what I said, but it was something to the effect of, was that a reason to celebrate? And he came up with we're in the some BS I always hear. We're in the entertainment business, and I want to fire the fans up, and you just never know. I said, dude, 42-0. You're not gonna. On a first down, you're not about to turn this around. There's no such thing as a 42-point touchdown, or 42-point in that case first down.
All right, I'm with you, man. Look, and Maddie, just to be very honest here, all right? I don't
You're
like to
not
lie.
honest.
I'm not. Look, I'm a very honest person.
I'm aware.
If anything, I just undersold the Roy Williams
Well,
celebration.
and that's what they're saying in the chat.
Are
as
they
well.
good?
Yes.
Good. At least, see, there are people who actually understand how traumatizing that was. Growing up, no matter what age you were, watching that football team.
Funky said Adam didn't even sell it as much as he should have.
Damn right, Funky.
We love Funky.
Terry, I'm traumatized
You
by
should
a lot
have
of
thrown
things.
that chair through the window.
Oh, I mean, I was
don't-
If
gonna.
you're a real
tempt
man,
him.
that's what you should
We
have
were.
done.